Howdy guys in YouTube land. I'm at the shop today on this wonderful morning of Wednesday, the 26th, and this is basically the actual shop. But looky what I got to show you. Coming into the front room. Holy crap, what is this? The blizzard of 2012 here in Ohio. This is crazy. We don't ever get this kind of weather in Southwest Ohio because we're just north of Cincinnati in Butler County. This is crazy. Now this is approximately 9:30 in the morning, and we're predicted to get about 6 inches to 8 inches of snowfall with 50-mile-an-hour winds, and the winds are just now starting to kick up quite a bit, so I should add. This is nuts. Man. Now, I'm taking this on my Works 12 megapixel Panasonic Lumix camera. My Sony is at home, so the picture quality may be different than what you're normally used to seeing. It's HD, but I don't know how well it does. Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know why I got out into this crap. See, there's my car. I don't even know why I got into this crap, because I'm going to be able to tell you right now, going home is going to be a trip. I may not even make it home because they could declare a snow emergency and I won't even be allowed to be on the road. But you know what? This is fun. I like these snowstorms. I'm a snow lover. So, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, this TV here has got a bad inverter board. I tried to hack in a transformer, and I think the cathode that goes in the bottom of the panel is bad because it just flickers on and goes right back off, but the TV stays on with the flashlight. So here you have it. Here's my workbench at the shop. My Fluke 45. I need to get a new display for it. There's my oscilloscope. Remember the one that I did a video on a couple years back? It works a treat. It's not exactly the most modern in the world, but I could do my cursor calculation and all that stuff, so I'm not complaining there. And then there's my power button rig, because the spring is bad, so, well, not spring, but the latch that keeps it in is bad, so I took the spring out. And it works fine. Oh, here's a story for you. I had a SAE amplifier literally blow a hole in that TO220 metal can. Crazy. So I hung that as my display piece. And then there's a couple of layered 1 watt 900 megahertz transceivers with a 2 to 3 mile line of sight range. And we use these for controlling scoreboards. I worked on a factory radio. This was one of those modern GM pieces of junk, I like to call it. The displays go bad in them, well, they don't read out. There's the display that goes blank. Well, I'll tell you why. Crap, I soldered the metal can back on, but under this metal can is a little tiny Linear Technology 1946 chip, and that's the boost converter that drives the VFD anodes. That chip went bad, so I went ahead and replaced it with a new one. And let's see if I still have the new one's packaging. See, LT. This camera doesn't have macro like mine does. LT 1946. So, oh, over here. I pulled the GPU off of the main board on this Xbox 360. Well, the guy towel tricked it. That's the story behind that. And of course it killed it. It gave me an 0110 red ring code, which is RAM error. RAM very, very, very rarely goes bad, so I went ahead and tried a reflow on the GPU, and that didn't work. So, all else fails, replace the GPU. So, I'll do that later. I don't know if I'm going to do that today. I think I'm going to hang out today and just kind of relax and goof off with the camera and take pictures for the snowstorm. It's not very common. And back there's the audio install bay. I'm not going to go back there. Oh yeah, this is a plasma TV. LG PDP 50G1. Clicks on and clicks right back off. And then if anybody that works on plasmas is watching this, it clicks on, clicks right back off with no apparent reason. So, and then some people might say replace the sustain board. Well, no, I'll tell you exactly what it is. The sustain board's good. If you take a multimeter and you measure across this resistor, this little VSC power supply will start up and then shut down. Well, what you do is you take a multimeter and you measure between the ground pins and the main supply pin. If you get a low resistance, say 60 to 100 ohms, even lower, one of these buffers is bad. So, that's that in a nutshell. This one, it seems to be, I've had this problem with 2 of them so far. This one is this buffer here. Here's how you find that out. What you do, oops, I don't want to lose that. What you do is, to figure out which one of these chips is bad, is you see there's 4 filter networks, 1, 2, 3, and 4. As you can guess it, 1 for each shift register. These are serial shift register high voltage devices like you would drive a VFD tube. VFD tubes are 60 volts. These are 190, but they're basically the same thing. So I could reuse these to drive a VFD if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. So what you do is you take the power supply, set it up something relatively low, say 12 volts, which I think this is what this one's set for. Yep. Put your ground here, and then you put your power over here, and then what you do is you feel, and sometimes this can be dangerous. If you have an infrared thermometer, you'd be better off. You feel each 4 of these networks. One of them is going to get hot, 1 or more. The one that gets hot is the corresponding chip that's bad. In this case, this one was getting hot, which is that chip. So I know I have to replace that chip. And these are tricky because not only are they high pin count, they're covered in silicone for high voltage isolation, but once you get the silicone off, you have to flux them up so you can heat them up. But that's not the tricky part. The tricky part is there's a solder pad underneath it. This chip is surrounded by a large solder pad to dissipate the excess heat. So you could use a heat gun, but you'll end up melting that. So what I have to do is I have to get this thing anchored on this machine, get this hot, let the flux flow in, and pull it off. And I got new ones to replace it. I got new chips. So I'll do it like I did the last TV with the same exact problem, same exact LG plasma. Swap out the chip, and then she'll work just fine. Been there, done that. The next chips will probably go after that, which I have the chips in that on semiconductor box up there, but I don't feel like grabbing that down. What else? Intel motherboard. Let's see. I think this one's actually got bad caps too. No, I think he actually replaced it already. You can see those kind of stand out. But this is an Intel quad core. Core 2 quad. That's what that one is, but it's got the Core 2 Duo heatsink on it. It doesn't get that hot, but you never know, I guess, with certain CPUs. And that's about it. Actually, you know what? Whoa, it's really going out there now. I'm running out of memory on the SD card. I think about these things before I do videos. Ed Systems has the same issue. OSI-50. There's the install bay. Of course, this is mostly Digger's audio back here. Not us. Oh yeah, there's a little piece. Here's something that we're building. Touchscreen jukebox. The little, nope, computer's not in there. I built a little touchscreen jukebox. It's a little tiny ITX add on the computer. Here's another one. Plasma TV HP, which is actually a Samsung, but 24/7, 6 years straight, and the sustain board just failed. That's a long service life. You know, I was gonna fix it. It's hard to see, but there's a transistor that goes here. It's actually IGBT. I removed it, and I removed the short off the sustain board. Surprisingly enough, the IPM wasn't shorted. But I pulled it out and the TV came on, but the picture was so bad, and ESPN was burned into the corner. It's junk. It's going bye-bye. It's gone. Oh, doesn't this just bite? That is a Sharp Aquios. Let's see, 40-inch TV, smart TV. It's got the yellow pixel in it. Junk. Broken screen. Guy broke the screen right over here. So that's a parts unit. Let's see what else. Mitsubishi engine. The DMD chips are failing in those. Those are the 2007 era. They'll start getting stuck black or stuck white pixels in the screen. Sometimes if it's in a really dark room and you got a black background, you'll have like a grayish pixely haze, kind of like a stuck static image. Failed DMD chip. I just had to replace one of them in one of these TVs. I've been doing a lot of work. Panasonic plasma, bad AV board, bad signal board. LG LCD, bad power supply. So I've got 38 seconds on the memory. There's our scoreboard testing unit up there. Go ahead and cut the light off. So I'm going to steal a quote. This is Ramblowtronic Wednesday. Sorry, I had to. I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to talk about. Thank you for watching, and enjoy yourselves this fine holiday week, and enjoy your New Year's Eve.